Right. So here we have skinny fat that's shredded. So there's 6 steps that I've laid out for you that will be the roadmap from being skinny fat and it'll take you to being shredded. All right. So the first step is whether you should bulk or cut, which is probably the most common question for people who are skinny fat. They don't really know. So I'm going to make that very clear what to do. Step two is that calories are false. Some people might not like this, but this is the truth. And if I was to be like everyone else and lie to you, you wouldn't become shredded. You wouldn't get the results you're looking for. Step three is your diet. That's very important, of course. I'll lay out exactly what you have to eat and exactly what not to eat. Step four is to eat more. I'll cover that. Step five is consistency. Step six, gym. So let's get into it, right? So the first thing is you question whether you should bulk or cut. The truth is that you shouldn't do either. Just eat the same energy, bro. And why? Well, because you need to optimize your body composition. That's what it is. When you're skinny fat, you don't have muscle, but you're also fat. So that's like the worst body composition to have. What you want is a lot more lean mass and a lot less fat. So if you bulk, you'll become fatter. But if you cut, you'll lose the muscle that you are building. And I'll explain why. So calories are false because different nutrients are used differently in the body. So when you hear the idea that, oh, I'm eating this many calories per day, this is my main calories, it doesn't work because protein is never used for energy unless there's no glucose. So the calories in the protein that you're eating aren't used for energy. Therefore, it's technically not even got calories because you're not using it for energy. So how does that work? Protein is always stored in the body and used for tissues. It's for building cells, it's for maintaining cells, it's for hormones, and it's got thousands of different processes that require protein. You never use it for energy unless there is no glucose. Fats from our diet can be used for energy, but they also have other purposes. And an example of this is your brain is made up of 35% fat. So all the brain cells in your brain, 35% of the weight of your brain is just fat. Because if it was all being used for energy, then that wouldn't make sense, right? It's used for many different types of cells, and it's used for things like the cell membrane. Fats are used for building the cells in your body. But as well, they can in fact be used for energy, but they're not only being used for energy. So when you have calories from fat, yes, it has the most calories, right? But it's not all being used for energy. So once again, how does that work? See, and then we have glucose, however, which only has a sole purpose, and that's energy. So glucose can be stored as glycogen in muscle and liver cells, but when you have excess glucose, it becomes body fat. Fats from your diet basically can't be, they almost can't be eaten in excess, and the reason because is that dietary fat can be stored in other ways. Like I said, it's stored in other cells. It has other purposes. And then dietary fat, when you eat it, when you eat enough fat, it will slow digestion and it'll make you feel full, which glucose usually doesn't. If you just eat heaps and heaps of sugar, you won't actually become full. You'll just keep on eating it and you'll become fat very quickly because it doesn't take that much glucose to fill all of your muscle cells. Especially when you're skinny fat, you don't have that much muscle. So you're not going to store that much glucose in muscle, are you? Same with your liver is very limited. So the excess is all becoming fat. Even if you eat rice or pasta, it's becoming fat because your body can't use it right now. So it's going to store it. Dietary fat, however, will be stored in different ways. Now, many people would disagree. Many people are used to the idea that because fat has more calories, when you burn it, it has more calories, that you become fat because it's got so much energy and we store energy. It doesn't work like that though. So here is what you should eat. This is or what you will eat if you're going to make progress. So your diet, I've got 4 rules, which are all necessary for you to actually optimize your body. So rule number one, no carbs except for fruit. Now fruit it's a different kind of carbohydrate which isn't as harmful for your health. And in this video, I'm not going to explain why. Just believe me. If you want to learn more, then I've got other videos. I also have a course. So rule number 2, lots of saturated fats. And yes, saturated fats are always being told to you that they're unhealthy. That's a lie. They're found in eggs, cheese, meat. That's where you get your saturated fats. You want to have lots of this, and you'll get full very quickly from eating these things. Lots of protein is rule number 3, which you can get from all of these things: organ meats, regular meat, nuts, cheese, eggs. Rule number 4, you can't have anything processed. So what you can't eat is anything other than this. Anything. So you've got chips, candy, McDonald's, like fast food, breakfast cereal, more fast food and pizza. We've got soft drinks, which is just sugar, these chips. So why not? You might ask. You might be wondering, like, why can't I have that? Because it fits my macros. It's got calories. Like number 1, sugar. Number 2, carbs. Number 3, polyunsaturated fatty acids slash linoleic acid. Number 4, low quality protein. The protein you find in here isn't even worth eating. It doesn't even add or count really. Number 5, maltodextrin, which is, I'll explain that. Number 6 is sweeteners, which are found in soft drinks and in candy or sweets, whatever you call it, right? Other chemicals, which are pretty much in everything here, random chemicals that you've never heard of, that I barely even know about. They exist and they are very bad. Like all these foods cause cancer, for example. That's something you need to understand. So maltodextrin, you probably don't understand maltodextrin. It's basically sugar, except it doesn't even have a bond between the two sugars. So what that means is that it releases more insulin than anything else in nature. You can't possibly eat something that makes more insulin get released at once, because it's basically, it doesn't need to be digested. It's just pure glucose. So pure that you don't even have to digest it. It just goes into you and it's automatically in your bloodstream. That's really, really bad for you. Polyunsaturated fatty acids are found in vegetable oil, seed oils. Linoleic acid is the most common. This is broken down into harmful, toxic, cancerous compounds in your body. Your body it can't use linoleic acid. It's found only in plants. You can't get this from any animals. So yeah, it's very harmful for your body. Low quality protein. Plant protein is not protein. And the protein you're gonna find in these meat in the McDonald's is not good for you either. Sugar, carbs, obviously that's how you get fat, is through both sugar and carbs. Mostly sugar, but excess carbs will become fat if you're not careful. Sweeteners can cause cancer, um, and they activate insulin, which, that's a topic for another day. I'm not gonna talk about that anymore because video isn't about insulin. So yeah, the consequences of eating this is increased estrogen, decreased testosterone. Pretty much everything in this list will decrease testosterone huge, but increase estrogen, which is a huge reason why you're skinny fat, is because you've got too much estrogen. That's why you've got man boobs. That's why you've got gynecomastia. Number 2, decreased fat burning hormones. So there's many different hormones in your body, and there's a few that will burn fat. Testosterone is one of them, but there's others that are, every single one of them is decreased by this. Number 3, it'll slow your metabolism down, so you won't be burning as much energy. And that's also why calories don't work, because when you eat certain foods, your metabolism goes down anyway. So you're using less energy. And you have less energy, you're gonna feel drowsy, you're gonna feel tired more than not. It slows down muscle growth. Your metabolism and your muscle growth are actually linked. Having a fast metabolism means that you will build muscle quicker. And I know what you're thinking, like all the skinny guys out there who are gonna say that that's not true. Basically, your metabolism is just how fast your body does things. It's how fast chemicals react in your body, basically. So the faster your metabolism, the faster you're going to build muscle because the faster the protein is being turned into muscle. But anyway, yeah, decreased health. That's pretty obvious. Everything here will decrease your health, and no one wants that. And ultimately, what this video is largely about is that you will gain fat. All of this is how you get fat. All of this is how you get fat. Yeah. Now, the next step is for you to eat more. Now that you can't get fat and your diet is on point, all excess energy you will get will become lean mass, which means you won't get fat. You'll get more muscle, you'll get everything else, even your bones will get heavier. So protein and fat will increase your energy levels, muscle gain, and stop you from gaining fat because you're not eating carbs and make you optimize, or that's supposed to be, yeah, optimize your body composition. So this equals this basically. With time, of course, because you're currently skinny fat, it's going to take some time to get here. So consistency, it's going to take time. The saying Rome wasn't built in a day is very much true because no one got fat overnight and no one will ever get jacked overnight either. And cheating on your diet will be cheating on yourself and your future. You will never get here if you're always cheating on your diet. And if you're impatient because, you know, you're expecting your body to be built in a day or in a week or in a month, it's going to take several months at best. If you're following everything here strictly, it could take 3 months. If you're sloppy, if you keep on cheating, it could be years. Seriously, it could be years before you get the results. So I need you to understand that consistency is largely the most important thing. And consistency is also important with the gym because yes, you do have to go to the gym, but the gym's more about building muscle. And building muscle will help you burn more fat and stay lean, but it won't make you lose fat on its own. So this YouTube channel is about losing fat. Everything here, my course, everything is about losing fat, which I honestly believe is more important for your health and appearance than building muscle because you can look good with less muscle as long as you're lean. You don't have to be jacked. You don't have to be like a steroid abusing bodybuilder to look good. And clearly, those guys aren't that healthy either. So to optimize both health and appearance, it's not about having heaps and heaps of muscle. You will need some muscle, but obviously, like that is still important, but it's not nearly as important as losing fat. So I have a full fat loss course. It's linked in the description. It has 20 lessons, 4 chapters, and 8 core principles of fat loss. And it's currently on sale for 99 Australian dollars. And I know you're probably not going to buy it, and that's fine. I'm just saying that it's there if you actually need help losing fat. It has everything scientific and biological to do with losing fat. It's there if you need it. But other than that, you've watched the whole video. Congratulations. You didn't click off. You've actually learned something new, and you have a full plan here for how you can become shredded. You've done all of this, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6. All of them, if you follow this strictly with consistency, you will be shredded in 3 months. So with that, good luck, bro.